Section 1600, not a major, there's many, many changes, but in terms of the risk allocation, we didn't think that there were too many issues. We were successful in obtaining some more time for the contractor to notify MnDOT if you intend to take materials from natural sources. Previously, MnDOT had said you got to tell them before the contract is approved, and the issue was in most cases that issue hasn't been determined until after the contract is approved. Another change, not so much of risk, but just to be aware of, that the sections 1609 and 1603 to 1609 have now been moved to the Materials Lab supplemental specifications for construction. That takes us through 1600. I think we're going to take about a 10-15 minute break right now, and then Dean will finish up with, and if anyone has any questions. Yes?
I'm somewhat familiar with a recent Minnesota court case whereby a contractor made a claim to the state with pretty generic different site condition claim for extra compensation. The court, MnDOT denied the claim. It went to court. MnDOT sought a summary judgment. In the summary judgment memorandum, it talked about the state's assertion that 15011C conferred upon the project engineer the right to determine the facts related to the plans, contracts, plans, and subdivisions, and in so doing it. Have you ever heard that argument? And is that language been changed?
I'm sorry, Adele distracted me for just a second. Could you say that last part again?
Have you heard that argument whereby 15011C confers upon the project engineer the power to make a determination related to plans, specs, and specifications? So, I mean, if the project engineer says that their argument was the project engineer said this was a different site condition, ergo, I'm seeking summary judgment. Is that enough of an argument? Is 15011C been changed? Have you ever heard that argument?
I think the difficulty with a lot of times having these cases litigated in courts is most of the judges, though wonderful and intelligent people, they are not construction attorneys. And so when they see that language in the contract saying that the engineer has that kind of discretion, they say, hey, it's in the contract, we're done, and grant the summary judgment. And I think that's why, to create that fact issue on summary judgment, because I found in my experience, courts, vast majority of courts are dying to get the construction cases out of their courts because they're long, they're drawn out, they're complex, and they don't understand a lot of the issues. Again, not because they can't, but because that was not their area of practice, and it's a very dense area that they didn't want to become experts on. But I think that probably then the lesson there for the contractor is if the contractor disagrees with that initial determination, to make that, and that it disagrees with the contract, to make that objection immediately after getting that determination from the engineer so that they wouldn't be able to rely on that language saying, well, the engineer has that discretion to be able to make those determinations. Not specifically, but probably similar enough that it doesn't surprise me that they would.